Hey guys, my name is Jake Roehn and I will be breaking down Mike Trout's swing. Trout is one of the best hitters in the MLB today. In his first phase of hitting, you notice he is standing in a comfortable position. Every hitter's stance is different based on what's comfortable. There may be a little bat movement or sway in the body to develop rhythm. As seen here, during this phase in Trout's swing, we see him begin loading. During the loading phase, Trout's hands drift back. While his weight is mostly centered but slightly on his back leg, all of the weight shifting is going on at the same time as a leg lift. This is when the hitter coils before he initiates his explosion to the baseball. Here during this phase, Trout is planting his lead foot. While he is planting his lead foot, Trout's weight begins to transfer from middle back leg to middle front leg. During this transition, his back elbows began to rise and his front elbow extends out to about 110 degrees before the swinging phase. Here in frame number 4, we see Trout begin his swing. During this phase, a lot of different things happen that go unnoticed. First, as Trout begins to bring his bat forward, his elbow's position switches, dipping his back shoulder down to create drive angle. Secondly, his hips are engaged along with his shoulders being in the right position as fast hand speed, hip rotation, and leg drive is what creates the power. Trout's head is still on the ball at all times. Frame 5 is still in the swinging phase. There is so much that goes into this phase that it needs to be broken into 2 frames. Here is when Trout makes contact. In order for Trout to get to contact, his bat barrel needs to travel through the strike zone and be parallel with his shoulders. During the end of his swing phase, notice that his head is still on the ball at all times. During the follow-through phase, Mike Trout is in a perfect position. After contact, we see what is called the A frame, which is when the legs look like they form the letter A. This means he is going to have good drive and even better balance. You can also see that his upper body is leaning over the plate, slightly counteracting the rotational force of his hips so he doesn't fall over. In frame 7, Mike Trout has made contact with the baseball, and it finally registered in his head. Once he realizes he made contact, he looks for the baseball. Coaches preach not to look at the baseball, but every baseball player looks for it. It just can't be prevented. At the end of the swing, it is still noticeable that both of his hands are still on the bat, which means the whole entire at-bat, Trout was in control of how his swing would look.